Arts and humanities is a extremely wide-ranging category with a whole lot in it, and I felt like artistic techniques and tools was a pretty basic place to start out with. With our training sessions like this, we are going to do our best to just expand sort of our foundation. So we're going to be getting a preview of certain things. You are absolutely not going to be looking at all of the artistic techniques and tools that exist, just a couple examples to help you start building that platform to build off of yourself. Let's go ahead and look at our objective for today. Our objective for the training session notes is to explore various artistic techniques and the tools artists use to create their works, emphasizing how these methods contribute to the expression and the impact of art. Keep in mind that artists utilize a myriad or a huge amount of techniques and tools, each integral or important to the art making process. These tools not only aid in the physical creation of artwork, but also help express complex themes and emotions, enriching the viewer's experience and understanding of art as a whole. The tools do not make the artist, but they do help make the art. The artist's palette is sort of one of those symbolic things you think of when you think of art. It's a quintessential or extremely important tool for painters, serving both practical and symbolic roles. Its functionality is that it provides a service for mixing and blending paints, which is essential for achieving precise hues and shades that convey the intended visual effect and emotional undertones of a work. As a symbolic piece, the palette represents the artist's spectrum of choices, and it's often seen as a metaphor for creativity and the blending of ideas in art itself. Now, brushes and knives are tools for texture and expression. Artists' brushes and knives are crucial for applying media and creating textures, each offering unique benefits for specific artistic effects. Brushes are available in various shapes and sizes, such as flat, round, filbert, and fan. You don't need to remember all those, but you can start connecting them to brushes. Each type is suited for different painting techniques. For example, flat brushes are ideal for more broad strokes, while round brushes are better for very detailed work. When we think of knives, your first thought probably isn't as artistic tool unless you are someone who is using them frequently, but they are used primarily in the impasto technique, where paint is applied thickly enough that the knife strokes are visible on the final painting, giving the artwork a dynamic, sculptural quality that adds depth and intensity. Of course, we have to think today of digital tools in art, which expand the artist's canvas to be basically whatever you want if you have access to this technology. Things like graphic tablets, like the Wacom tablet as an example, let artists draw and paint with digital pens that mimic the feel of real brushes and pens, but with adjustable properties like opacity and width. Software programs like Adobe's Photoshop, which is very famous, and Corel Painter offer extensive features for digital painting, including layers, custom brushes, and a vast array of effects that can simulate traditional media or create entirely new forms of digital art. Now let's just look at the importance of techniques. The selection of specific tools and techniques can significantly influence an artist's style and the impact of their work. For expression and innovation, as an example, each tool and technique offers distinct possibilities for expression. For example, the delicate lines achievable with a fine sable brush can express subtlety and detail, while bold strokes with a palette knife may convey strong emotions and movement. As artists adopt and innovate with new tools, they often push the boundaries of traditional forms, reflecting and influencing cultural shifts and technological advancements. If we go back just a couple decades, we don't have the digital tools that people have today. Technology plays a big, it has a big impact on art. Culture also does as well. If you go through history, what do people have access to? What tools, what resources? It's going to impact what art is able to be created. So keep those in mind, as all of this is just sort of a broad overview, thinking that tools connect to the art in various ways. Let's do a quick sample question for discussion. Which tool often used by artists to mix colors also refers to the range of colors they choose to use? Is it the easel, the armature, the palette, or the tortillon? Take a second to think of that, make your best guess, and let's check. The correct answer is the palette. It's vital both as a physical tool for mixing paints and metaphorically representing the range of colors an artist chooses to use in a piece. The dual function makes it central to the painting process. Now, some terms we didn't look at but are important to know would be the easel. It's a stand used to support the artist's canvas while they work so they can paint. It's crucial for maintaining the correct posture and angle for painting, but it doesn't have anything to do with color mixing. The armature is a framework used primarily in sculpture to support the material being modeled. It provides structural integrity but does not relate to color application. And a tortillon is a tool used for blending in drawing, particularly effective with graphite and charcoal to smooth or soften lines and textures. It does not involve paint mixing. So here we've got a few things to help you remember palette for its use and also symbolic nature, and that there's a vast array of tools and techniques that artists use to help them create their art, many of which we'll look at as we begin to analyze and just kind of get a foundation on some of the most famous artists that are out there. Thanks for learning. Let's go ahead and stop it there.